Hello, greetings from KSA Real Estate. I'm Kelly Bolin, and I'm a real estate broker, 35 years. I'm not sure if it's day or night right now. Why? Because we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. I thought we've done a lot of training videos in our business, and nobody really anticipated a zombie apocalypse, but that's what we're in right now. So, do we need to stop selling? No, I don't think so. Fundamentals change a little bit. Most of your friends have been eaten or walking around with like ulcerated sores on their face, but it doesn't mean that the market has completely tanked. It's mostly tanked, but it's not completely tanked. I believe very strongly in fundamentals. Just because you've got a zombie apocalypse going on doesn't mean you stop living life. You stop living life the way you used to live life. I mean, I live in a bunker right now, 1,000 feet below the surface of the earth. My mom still calls me every once in a while to come over for lunch, which I can barely make. First of all, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. It's sometime in the year 2020, 21, something. I've kind of lost track. I do know that the average days on market have been running about 1,900. In 2017, I think the average days on market were 22. 2018 average days on market for house were 64. So we're way out of whack as far as that goes. Obvious reasons. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about, again, not really giving up. I don't know if you remember that Jim Carrey movie Dumb and Dumber, where he was asking that hot blonde if there was a one in a million chance that she would ever be with him. She said, "Yeah, 1 in a million." And that's the attitude that we have to have in this market. There's probably a 1 in 10 million chance that you're going to sell a house and get a full commission. But look, it's a numbers game. You just have to decide how many phone calls you're going to make, whether you're going to continue to work with your sphere of influence if they're still living. For sale by owners, there's thousands. Expired listings, pretty much every listing that's out there is expired. But I think that you have to, again, stay with fundamentals. I like to make calls, although I can't right now. My phone is down, but I could use a shortwave radio. Shortwave radio does get out to your, at least sphere of influence if they're still living. I also believe very strongly in coaching. If you're in real estate still and you've survived, try and get a real estate coach. And what are you going to look for in a coach? Somebody who's probably got strong military training, probably weapons training, probably good hand to hand. What do you need is basic supplies and selling in a zombie apocalypse? Well, I would suggest small arms are great. Even just a standard kitchen butcher knife will work. If you saw that old series that was out, The Walking Dead, that lady with the samurai whack whack whack. That seemed to do the job. Zombies really don't react too well to physical violence. The last resort, always keep a piece of rancid meat nearby. If you're running from a crowd of ravenous zombies, just drop a piece of sirloin steak, even if it's kind of old. They're going to stop and try to eat it. First of all, let's talk about dressing for success. I think it's very important that we don't let ourselves go in this market. I would be looking. I'm a realtor. I carry a pin that identifies me as a realtor, and I think if you're going to do business in a zombie apocalypse, you need to make sure that the people you're working with are also realtors. I think the dues when there was somebody left in the multiple listing service office, I think the dues are like $500 or $600. It's probably well worth it because I don't trust anybody that's not wearing a pin, realtor pin. Second, you've got to understand where your sales volume is. Currently, if you can see this chart that I did, this shows sales volume has dropped from point A to point B. There's really not much sales volume going on because nobody's really left alive. That's because let's morph to graph 2, living people. Living people have dropped dramatically in this market. So you've got to identify living people as your target market. What's that done to commissions? I don't change my commission. I still charge a 6% commission no matter what. Here's my commission change. See, I've gone from 6% to 6%. In a zombie apocalypse, is that going to let me affect who I am? No. I'm not going to be a discount broker, even though the market has changed radically. I would just urge you to stay motivated, stay alive, and stay motivated. There's always going to be business. People are going to always want to sell their house if they're living. I I like the phone if the phone's working. I mentioned earlier I have a shortwave radio that I can use to. Wait a minute, hold on, just a second. My mom's calling. Jeez. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a video, but you're gonna have to bear with me. It's my mom calling. It's a zombie apocalypse. Mom, I'm doing the training video. Yeah, just block the door, pad the doors, and something gets inside, just shoot it. Yeah, that's yeah, and I'll be by for dinner. Meatloaf would be great. Thanks. But bye, Mom. Love you. Anyway, that's so things never change. Anyway, I just want to encourage you to stick to fundamentals. I work at Signature Real Estate in Marietta. It's a great office, even though it's gone underground. Kim Steele and Chris McCullough are real icons. They're still living. I don't know where they're at, but they have strong military training. I would support them. Anyway, I think that this market is something you can adapt to. You just need to learn to adapt, and you will survive. You will sell real estate, not much, but you will sell real estate, and maybe we'll see you at one of those gatherings where we meet behind some barricaded, big tall wall compound where we can all talk real estate. Thanks, it's Kelly Boland. I'm signing off from the zombie apocalypse. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you survive. Thank you.